Hello and welcome to this lecture series of Artificial Intelligence. Today we are going to see the most important test in artificial intelligence known as the Turing test. So let's get on with it. I propose to consider the question, can machines think? This was the question asked in a seminal paper written by Alan Turing in 1950. So what was all this fuss about this Turing test and why it is the most important test in artificial intelligence? So let's see what this actually is. This Turing test is a test of machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior or to indistinguishable form that of a human being. Turing basically proposed that a human evaluator would judge natural language conversation between a human and a machine designed to create or generate a human-like responses. So basically the human evaluator would judge on the responses of the machine that it is actually an intelligent machine or not, whether it is a human being or not. So this Turing test was actually based on a game. This game is called the imitation game. Initially the imitation game was proposed for a different thing, rather it was proposed for a party game. Okay, in a party Alan Turing proposed this game, but he then modified this particular game and revised the test and used this in his seminal paper. So what is this game all about? This game contains 3 players. The one player is a human responder, that is B. Second one is A, that is the computer, and then the C, which is a human interrogator. And this human interrogator is being isolated from both A and B, and whose sole purpose is to find out that which one of A or B is actually a machine or actually a human being. So, but the limitation of this game is that the interrogator cannot provide or let's say take a verbal responses from both A and B, because the interrogator has to only use the written responses, and the timing at which both A and B gives their answer or submits their answer, based on it he will try to determine that which one is a computer and which one is a human being. So examples of such conversations can be, let's say C, the interrogator asks the computer, are you a computer? A says no. C asks another question, multiply one large number with another large number. A, after a long pause, provides an incorrect answer. And then interrogator asks another question, add these 2 numbers. So these 2 numbers are very large and it would take some amount of time for a human being to produce it, but computer can produce it in a lesser amount of time. But though it takes a pause of 20 seconds and gives the correct answer. The interesting thing here is that the computer does not always give the correct answer in the conversation, though it can. As far as the computer is concerned, it can always give the correct answer in a lesser amount of time. But a human being, we are conditioned, or we are likely shown the world or shown to have capability that we will produce the answer, but it would take some time. But for the calculator or a computer, it won't take much time. It will produce the answer in a matter of seconds. Though for creating an illusion that this entity is actually not a machine but rather a human being, he takes a pause and it basically provides an incorrect answer, and then takes another pause for another question and then provides a correct answer. So to give an illusion that to the human interrogator that it is not actually a human as a machine, it is actually a human being who can produce wrong answers, who can take some time to compute it. So if the machine successfully gave the illusion to the interrogator that the particular entity or this particular entity is not a machine but a human being, then the particular entity or that machine has passed this Turing test. Okay, so this was all about this Turing test. Stay tuned for upcoming lectures. Thank you.